Hey, I'm Father Roderick. On Star Trek Day, we got a trailer for Season 3 of Star Trek Discovery. I'm so excited about this new season because, of course, we go to the future. This is unknown territory. This is a time, an age that we've never seen in the Star Trek universe. I'm so excited about this trailer, and I want to share with you my reaction. Let's go.
We traveled into the future. 930 years.
Oh, wow. That looks
a one-way
awesome.
trip. No going back.
Order Discovery, come in. Discovery, did you copy?
Oh, another crashed Enterprise.
You have reached
So
year
traditional.
3188.
Is there life here? Anywhere?
Multiple life signs detected.
Oh, that is cool.
Completely disconnected, but we are also
My favorite
together.
characters.
You know, from around these parts, the Federation mostly collapsed after the burn.
What's the burn?
The burn was the day the galaxy took a hard left.
Wow.
The Federation isn't just about ships. The Federation is its people.
So
I've
true.
always believed that you were out there somewhere and that we were a part of the Federation no matter what. Welcome to the future.
Dysfunction
Oh,
aside,
I love this.
you all make a pretty good team.
Dysfunction is the team.
We've just accepted it.
No, we haven't.
Far from
True
home.
believer,
Yeah,
time traveler.
there was no other way.
The thing is, you got no authority here.
This looks so good.
Who we are.
Oh, wow.
We all want a future that's real, that matters. The Federation gave us the resources and the mandate to solve the biggest, most troublesome problems in the galaxy. And I may question, and I may fear, because the problems often seem insurmountable. But haven't we always risen to meet them?
Tree hugging going on
We
there.
have work to do, but if things were easy...
It wouldn't be worth it.
Whoa.
Thank you, Saniqua, for
Wow, that was so cool. As you see, this was part of a live session, but oh my goodness, this looks terrific. Absolutely terrific. This looks better than any Star Trek movie that I've seen, including the J.J. Abrams movies. Unbelievably cool. You know what I love about this trailer? First thing that struck me, the colors. This is so beautiful. I've always loved the way that Star Trek in these new series are kind of veering away from the dark, grimy look of so many movies, so many TV shows now. They dare to be bold in colors, almost symbolically also for where they are taking the story. This is a story about hope. So Star Trek has always been about a certain optimism, even though, of course, every story needs its challenges and its menaces. And of course, what bigger menace than to end up 1,000 years in the future, not knowing where you are, not knowing what the state in which the world is. And from the looks of it, things have really, really changed for the universe and for the Federation. But there's no matter how terrible the situation is in the world in which you are plunged, Star Trek is about rebuilding that world and rebuilding it by teaming up, by trying to find unity, by trying to overcome differences and to form a community. And that is, I think, why Star Trek always talks to me so much, because that's what my own life, my vocation is all about. It's kind of bringing people together and trying to go beyond everything that separates us in order to do what we're supposed to do on this little planet here. Another thing that struck me, introduction of a ton of new characters. I'm so excited because I was like, okay, so they're going to be in the future. So no more cameos of, well-known canon characters. Instead, we get a whole bunch of new characters that seem to become regulars. I love that. The crew already, I think, over these two seasons, these two existing seasons, has really found its groove, and there's a great chemistry, I think, between all the actors. But I love that they're daring to expand it even more and introduce even more characters. One other of my favorite science fiction series that did that really well was Battlestar Galactica. Ronald D. Moore kept adding new characters and surprising us every turn of that series. And I think that Star Trek Discovery is taking a page out of that style of television making. Like every season should be radically different from the previous one to keep us on our toes. We want to be surprised. Star Trek is all about discovery, and so the television experience should also be about discovery, not just rehashing what we've done. Kind of a little bit of the problem of the movies over time. I'm talking about the 10 original movies, especially the ones that were based on The Next Generation, was that they just felt like a rehash of stuff that we'd seen in the television series, only with a bigger budget for special effects. Now we live in, I think, one of the most exciting times to be a Star Trek fan, because the budget, of course, for a series like this is astronomical. But if you see what we get for a TV show, this looks better than most movies. This is unbelievable, and we get that for an entire season. What else did strike me? Oh, yes, something I loved was that a lot of the scenes in the trailer were filmed in a real environment. Not that, we're light years away from the goofy cardboard sets from the original series, although that had its charm, of course. But now they went to, I don't know where they filmed this, but it looked amazing. And it's always a challenge, of course, to find something that feels like Earth, because that's what we relate to, that was what we recognize, but also should look kind of alien. And of course, there are many places on this planet that look as if they are on, in a different star system. So I love that they integrated that. And then the special effects look out of this world. Actually, in one of my previous videos, I did a review of Dune, of the 2020, the trailer for the 2020 movie. And actually, I think that the special effects in this Star Trek Discovery trailer look better than the special effects in Dune, or at least in the trailer. Of course, that movie is still work in progress, so let's not make any final judgments, but it just goes to show how far we've come with Star Trek. Unbelievable. They also clearly, again, try to diversify the cast as much as possible. That's always been a part of Star Trek. We've seen a lot of news updates on that as well, so I'm curious to see how these new characters how that will play out, how it will connect to the existing chemistry of the crew. Story-wise, we don't get much other than they're looking for life. They discover it. Apparently, that's super exciting. And then you see that they're trying to connect to this new world. They are trying to find their place, maybe their mission, maybe. This new season is going to be all about this crew, this relatively small crew, having to help the world in which they arrive. After all, they are the heroes of the story. So their quest should be a hero's quest. So I wouldn't be surprised if the season is about a broken world where they have to, bring salvation. They have to fix the world, especially by focusing, and this is what the trailer also mentions, by rediscovering the strength of friendship and being together. This is also why science fiction in general, but also Star Trek right now is so important, because we live in a very divided world. You actually don't need science fiction to see a world in disarray, almost post-apocalyptic world. We used to have special movie genres for that. Now you just switch on the news and you're like, oh my gosh, please beam me up. But that is what makes always, I think, for relevant science fiction, it has to reflect, has to mirror the world in which we live, but also, at least a good story, a story that appeals to me, also has to take us beyond just reflecting our reality. For years, we've seen all these kind of grim, somber, almost, I don't know, depressing movies and television series. And for a while that worked, but now we're in such a disarray with, natural disasters, with so many concerns about our world, with COVID-19, with our economy, with so many countries where politics, leadership is in a huge crisis. We need stories of hope. We need to be able to believe that there is a way out of this. And storytelling has always been a way for mankind, I think since the dawn of humanity, has been a way to show us a horizon beyond our reach right now. Or, well, maybe not beyond our reach, but definitely beyond the confines of our current reality. But stories make us dream. Stories embolden us, give us hope that if it can happen in this story, if we get good examples of how to change a situation for the better, then maybe that can inspire us to do the same in the real world. In that respect, whether it is Star Trek stories or Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or biblical stories, they all serve the same goal, and that is helping us to have a vision of a future that is better than the one that we currently live in, that reality that we currently live in. What a trailer. I'm going to rewatch it several times now, and I can't wait for this series to arrive on our small screens or bigger screens, because this deserves to be viewed on a big screen. Actually, now that I've seen this trailer, I wish they would bring this to movie theaters. I would pay for this, to see this on an IMAX screen. That is how good it is. Oh well, we'll see. Let me know what you thought of the trailers and about Star Trek and the direction it is taking in the comments below. Love to hear them, whether it's positive or negative. Of course, I'm a positive guy, so I like a positive vibe in the trailers, in the comments on the trailer. But I also always respect your opinion if it's not mine. Let's have a good discussion about this. See you in the comments. Thanks for subscribing and liking the video. And if you want to see more of these, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button. In case you want to become a patron and support me, there is a site for that as well. Go to patreon.com/FatherRoderick. You get access to my Discord server, which is a terrific community where we chat about all these things. And you also get a special podcast that I record exclusively for my supporters. And you get it with your Patreon subscription. Take a look at patreon.com/FatherRoderick. Thanks so much for watching. I'm not going to do the cheesy Vulcan salute, but live long and prosper.